Hi, my name's Jeremy. You'll get to know me, Jason, who's our Taskmaster, and our other 5 contestants over the next few hours. Now, I wish you could have just pressed play on this video and started watching from the opening credits, but unfortunately that wasn't in the cards. We are not professional comedians, and more relevantly to why I'm filming this introduction, we are not professional filmmakers. While we tried to give you the best Taskmaster experience we could with multiple cameras, multiple microphones, we also ran into multiple tech issues. Now, most of those hurdles we could overcome with editing or by turning them into a joke in our live show, at my expense, of course. But there was one technical issue we could not edit around, and that is one of our cameras had an SD card that corrupted during our live show. We lost one camera's footage for a few hours. Now, that camera was focused on 2 of our contestants, Caddy and Pierce. And that means we lost all footage of Caddy and Pierce for an extended amount of time. It went from looking like this to looking like this. So we had to decide what to do. We knew what we didn't want to do was edit down or cut out any of Caddy and Pierce's contribution to the show. That wouldn't be fair to them, and it wouldn't be fair to you. So instead we came up with 2 solutions. The first is, whenever we're showing all 5 contestants, to use old footage or other footage of Caddy and Pierce to kind of fill it in and make things seamless. But obviously we can't do that when they're the ones speaking. So what we've done is we've decided to show a static image of either Caddy or Pierce to give you context about what's happening and to play the audio of them speaking. We hope it doesn't break your immersion too much, and sincerely, thank you for watching.
Me? Oh, yes!
Dang.
Oh! Let's go! Oh. No!
No, go in!
Hello, and welcome to our tribute to Taskmaster. I'm Jason. I'll be the Taskmaster for the evening. And I came up with a list of things that I wanted to watch a couple of people do, entertaining things for our benefit, on camera, for the world to see. I have somehow convinced these fine people to do them for us. Please welcome Carter, Koyen, Jeff, Caddy, and Pierce. Thank you for being here. Now, of course, I couldn't personally be bothered to show up to all the days of filming, make sure no one was cheating, make sure everyone read the rules properly. So I needed an assistant. Now, most importantly, I needed someone to take all the blame in case anything went wrong. Luckily, we have our assistant, Jeremy J.
Hi. Yes. Hello. So for the purposes of the show, I will be performing the role normally done by Alex Horn. Some of you might wonder what qualifies me to do that. And well, Alex and I, we have a lot in common. For example, both of our names start with letters, yes? And in addition to that, even though he lives in the UK, I live here in the US, we both drive on the right side of the road. That is, of course, because if we were to drive on the wrong side of the road, we would be arrested. So let's see what else. We share some of the same accomplishments, believe it or not. You know, he's a world famous comedian. He's made me laugh countless number of times. And
How long is this going to go on? Are we almost done here?
I was just about to say that I've also made myself laugh a countless number of times.
Okay, terrific. Well,
Yes.
now that we've got that attempt of humor out of your system, maybe we can start with the task.
Of course. So just like on Taskmaster, the first task is the prize task. So the Taskmaster has required all 5 contestants to bring in a prize. That is the best thing that looks expensive, but definitely isn't. Now, whoever brought in the best thing will start the competition off by winning the prize task.
Right, so as a reminder, I am the Taskmaster, and it's my job to judge you. I'm going to take pride in that job. Now, I'm going to be harsh, but fair. That's going to be my overall goal of the show today. So the task was to bring in something that looked expensive,
Yes?
but definitely is not. So when it's your turn to present, please feel free to amp it up for me. And then, you know, when we're done, we'll see how good you did at the job of bringing in and explaining your task.
Yes, so the person who brought in the best thing will earn 5 points. best things will earn less points. And at the end of the night, whoever has the most points will take home all 5 prizes. So they'll go home looking like $1 million, but feeling significantly cheaper. So
Okay, so who are we going to start with?
I figure we'll go left to right. Let's start with Carter.
I brought in an iPhone 13. But you got to trust me on this, it's not expensive. What's the MSRP on an iPhone? Anybody know?
$1,200, okay. US, okay.
You're not, don't worry about
That's
that.
pretty expensive.
It's not going to be that much. It's definitely, I can't be more clear than this. It looks very expensive. For most people, that would be an expensive cost.
Well,
It's
is it an iPhone or is it not?
It is definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not an iPhone, or definitely not expensive.
It looks expensive, but it's
see.
definitely for sure it is not.
Well, let's take a
Okay.
look at the picture.
It's in a nice little forest green.
Looks pretty good. Looks pretty expensive.
Looks expensive, but as a man of my word, it's definitely not.
Okay. Okay. All right, you're being clever.
It's a,
Okay.
it's a joke.
Okay. All
You
right.
like the wordplay? He's going to
All
like
right.
the wordplay.
All right. Thank you, Carter. Next coin, what do you got for us?
Perfect. Well, I thought of doing something a little bit different. I didn't want to buy you something, and I can buy you something anytime, right?
You should.
As the wise John Wayne once said, if a man loses everything, at least he still has his dignity. Seems pretty important, huh? Yeah. What I offer to you, my taskmaster, is my dignity at your choosing of price to show how cheap it is. The choice is yours. The limits are endless.
Okay. Okay. So what I'm looking at is I get to humiliate you or
You get to change my name. I will
Okay.
give you the ability to call me whatever you want for any price that you want.
Okay. All right. So the right to change your name
Correct.
is something that I think would pretty valuable if I were to approach someone and say, hey, how much would it cost for me to legally change your name to whatever I want? I think most people would put a pretty high price on that.
A few $1,000s more
What
than an
you're
iPhone.
saying is the price to change your name is so low that it would qualify as, okay, the right to change your name. Okay. All right. Who's next? What do we got, Jeff?
All right, so my explanation is twofold. First fold is you're the best, you know? And some would say you're maybe even the greatest.
Yeah. Many would say.
What's even better than being the greatest? The greatest of all time. And second fold, I saw an interview with T-Pain, and he said every piece of bling in his videos was fake. You think he has a lot of money, right? Yeah. So what I got you is...
T-Pain?
No, I didn't get you T-Pain.
Oh, okay, okay.
I got you a piece of bling in memory of T-Pain
Okay.
that will display you are the greatest of all time, the GOAT.
Okay. Let's see what it looks like. That actually does look pretty expensive. That's pretty blinged out. Okay.
Bro, you got that.
That is not
Yeah.
expensive.
You have that with you?
I have that. I have it.
Okay.
I do.
Where did you get that?
China.
It looks cheap.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
shipped from China. It came in Chinese packaging.
Okay.
Mr. TS.
And there's a giant thing on the back that says made in China.
Okay. That's actually important because that'll help us, really make sure that it's not.
Price it out.
Okay. Caddy, what do you have for us?
Okay. We're all geeks here. You're gonna understand this. I brought you a Pokemon card signed by an original artist.
Okay. This is supposed to be not
I know.
expensive. I mean, that seems, that's a collector's item.
It
So the right
is.
collector, that could be pretty valuable.
That's correct.
Okay. And it's not.
It's absolutely not.
All right.
But you just gotta trust me on this.
You want to see it on the screen?
Let's see what it looks like. That's an actual Pokemon card signed by, is that the artist who illustrated that card?
That is an artist that signed that card.
Is it any artist or is it that card's artist?
It's an original artist that signed that card.
Okay. And that was not expensive.
It was not expensive.
Looks like a pretty cool collector's item.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Last up, Pierce, what do we have?
Yeah, Taskmaster, you know, I received this task and I think I'm just going to take this quite literally. So I went forward and tried to find the greatest possible sale that I could for something that was incredibly expensive, and yet I got it at a deep discount. And you being a man of fine taste, I can tell you're better dressed than everyone else in this room.
Rightfully.
I have purchased or found, maybe better said, a fine set of whiskey glasses and a decanter.
Okay.
This is an actual usable piece,
Okay.
whereas some of these other prizes here, I have no idea.
Okay.
And
Let's see what that looks like. And those are full-size glasses? We're not talking like super mini shot
these
glass?
are full-size glasses, sir.
They're full size if you're a rodent.
Oh.
Okay.
So they're full size for me.
Okay. All right, so we have an iPhone 13 that is not.
Everyone appreciates wordplay. Just want to put it out
Okay.
there.
Just not.
We have the right to Coin's dignity. All right. We have some legit bling. Okay.
T-Pain uses the same.
The T-Pain
T-Pain
segue.
infused.
He used
Yep.
that.
And then we have a signed collector's Pokemon card by the artist.
By an
And
artist,
then we
yes.
have nice decanter and glasses. Okay, all right, I think I'm ready to assign points.
Excellent. First points of the night.
Now, this is based off of what I value, right? This is what I think is expensive and what isn't expensive. And unfortunately, we're going to go ahead from 1 point up. We're going to go 5th place to 1st. And last place, I am the biggest fan of wordplay, and I'm going to give it 1 point to Carter.
I got last place.
It was a great move. It was not what I was looking for.
Yikers.
Okay, next up,
Things are looking
you
up.
know, I do like me some bling, but I'm gonna give the T-Pain necklace 2 points. It was a good effort. You know, these are all good prizes.
It was
Someone's
really
gotta
cool.
win, someone's gotta lose.
You know?
Next up, I think that to the right person, it could be pretty valuable. I'm gonna give the Pokemon card. Okay.
You guys can.
Finally, we're gonna go right to 1st place.
Okay.
We're going to go straight to 5 points. I'm going to go ahead and give 5 points to the glasses and decanter.
Wow.
Thank you.
Your dignity is less than a glass.
Appreciate it.
Cohen,
Buddy.
whatever the cost of those glasses were, that's how much I value changing your name. I just want to come ahead.
4 points to the right person
4
is worth a
points
lot more.
to Cohen for the name change.
Okay, so 5 to Pierce, 4 to Koyan, 3 to Caddy, 2 to Jeff,
Most
1
importantly.
to Carter.
He might need more time to
Correct.
deliberate mine. I mean, mine's pretty
Well,
complex.
hold on, let me think. Yeah, I think I got it right. Let's move on. Let's kick off with our first proper task.
All right, this is exciting. So at many shows, they'll ask you to silence your cell phones. But for the duration of this task, I ask that you do the opposite. Hello, Jeff.
Hello. Okay.
Hello, Caddy.
Hi, Jeremy. Okay.
All right, what in the world do we have here? Let's take a look.
Reminds me of last birthday party with the same amount of people.
That's depressing.
Let's take a look at what we got here before I do the task. Squeaky toy,
I see a clapper machine.
What even is this?
cellophane of some sort,
You got an assortment of things here, huh?
chopper, scraper.
Rubber hot dog.
All right, here we go. Record a text message notification sound.
Using at least 2 objects.
When you're ready to make your sound, loudly muse, "Has anyone seen my phone?" Then make your sound.
Once finished, enthusiastically state, oh, there it is.
Most interesting notification sound wins. Okay, I like this task a lot. This one's gonna be fun.
All right, well, first of all, Carter, thank you. I designed every task. You're going to like all of them, so we're just going to get that out of the way. Thanks. All right, why did Pierce have subtitles?
Well, unfortunately, due to a mishap with Pierce's mic during this task and this task only, we lost his audio. But luckily, we had the microphone there recording for the notification. So we turned the volume up on that, but it's a bit muffled, so I added subtitles just in case.
Okay, this is our first task. Like, this is the start of the show. This is the first video set. You screwed it up. Minute 1.
Yes, yes.
That's it? Just, yeah? You don't have anything to say?
Well, would you like me to apologize?
Pierre, clearly he should apologize.
I feel really
Yeah, you should
offended.
apologize.
Yeah.
Pierce,
Oh man.
on the bottom right.
You're apologizing to me, not Pierce. Okay, go ahead.
Taskmaster,
Yeah.
from the bottom of my heart, I apologize that you will have a subpar viewing experience
Yeah.
of their tasks.
Okay. All right, let's get started. So, what's going on with this task? What do we got?
Well, I figure we could start by just getting right into it, and we could start with 2 people who decided to approach the task with a bit of a narrative. Here's Jeff and Koyan.
I assume that we record these on our phones with the record app, or is there? Oh,
Do I need to operate this, or do I just say, please make that sound?
All the information is on the task.
Gotcha.
has anyone seen my phone as like the start of the sound? Prior to saying that is me just fiddling. Balloons can make a high-pitched squeal, or they can make rubbing sounds.
Okay.
What would the Taskmaster appreciate when he got a text?
Now I know that this is for the Taskmaster.
It shouldn't be something that you wouldn't want to hear 20 times a day. Something, right? Like, or anything that would be embarrassing in public.
Do you receive 20 text messages a day?
I don't know. The Taskmaster seems like a pretty popular guy, so I'm.
Yeah. This has got to be like what, 1 second? No.
Is this something that when you hear it, you're pleased to have heard it?
Oh.
Oh, that's the ding I want.
You're gonna make a little fluttering bird, I think.
Wouldn't it be cool to have a text that's the opening sound, or it could be twist, pop, ding, and then count to 3, squeak, in case you didn't hear it right away, right?
Oh, of
So
course.
it kind of incentivizes you. If you don't want you squeaking in public, you gotta answer it at the ding.
This is a 2-second ballad. It's sad. So feel like you can cry.
Do you have a name for this ballad?
Ode to Tweety.
Okay.
Has anyone seen my phone? Oh, there it is.
1, 2, 3. Has anyone seen my phone? And that's it. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
That was great. Okay. So, first of all, I did take note. Let's start with Koyan.
Oh, yes.
At 2 points in the video, we saw that you mentioned you wanted to know how long the notification was. You first said a notification's what, about a second? All right. And then later you said 2-second ode to tweet.
Correct.
All right, 2 second. Would you do me a favor? Could you clap out how long you think a second is? Okay, pretty good. Hey, Jeremy, how long was ode to Tweety?
8 seconds.
Okay, so
Were you inspired?
all right, it was inspiring. It was. What was ode to Tweety? Why don't you take me through?
It was a story, an ode to Tweety. Had an unfortunate day on his way to work, got shot by a hunter. That's all there was to it, yeah.
This is a phone notification. It's a phone. There's no story.
Well, I got to be honest. I'm a bit of an animal person. I don't know if I want to hear, the horrific fate of the death of.
It was placed later in the notification, though, so just like Jeff said, you could catch it.
Okay. I feel like I need to. I kind of got attached to Tweety in the first 6 seconds, and then, Jeremy, I'm going to need some condolences a little bit.
Tweety, we hardly
No. I'm going to need the condolences.
Yeah. This is the last time we'll do this joke, I promise. Jason, I'm sorry that you have to listen to poor Tweety getting shot by a hunter 20 times a day, according to Jeff.
Thank you. Pretty accurate, by the way.
Yeah.
So you said that you were going to make this the Taskmaster's notification, right?
All for you.
So what about this inspired you to feel like this would be, me?
Not only was it in your house,
True.
but you inspire me to soar.
Okay. I actually like that. I actually like that. Yeah, I actually really like that.
I got visible cringe off that one.
Okay.
He sold his dignity. So
All right, let's move on to Jeff. Jeff, you said pretty much the same thing. You said this was going to be the Taskmaster's notification. So what was your thinking through of what the sound that you made, and why is that specifically for me?
You know, I felt a responsibility to explore each sound and choose only the best sound. And, you know, I know the Taskmaster, you work hard and you relax hard. What's the first thing you want to hear when you're sitting down and relaxing? Popping open a cold one at the end of a long day. But then, we don't want you to lose motivation to answer that text. I know how much you love dogs, so I got the dog squeaky toy at the end.
Okay.
But you're going to be like, oh, you know, I got to answer that before anyone hears the embarrassing squeak.
You want to motivate me to answer my phone as quickly as possible.
But I also want you to be relaxed in the beginning.
Okay. So you said that you were going to give me, how long do I get? You said 3 seconds from the time I hear my notification. You're going to give me 3 seconds.
Yeah.
If I don't answer it in time, squeak.
You know, I had second thoughts, you know, at the end. Because we don't want to drag it out for too long, you know.
Tell you what, why
you're
don't
a
you
busy
do me a
guy.
favor and clap out what you think a second is. Okay, maybe a little rushed. Hey, Jeremy, how long was it from the ding to the squeak?
From the ding to the squeak, he went for 1, 2, 3 squeak, but it was more like 1 squeak. He had the intention, if you could answer the phone quick enough, you would be able to get there before the squeak. Now, he didn't accomplish that, but he did kind of accomplish that. Because at the end of your sound, you were supposed to say, oh, there it is. But instead, you kind of waited 3 seconds and said, and that's it. And by the rules of the task, that's part of your notification sound.
So if I want to avoid the embarrassment of having my phone say, and that's it, I better answer my phone.
In Jeff's voice, yes.
Okay, so you still gave me 3 seconds before you answered. Actually, I like
It's in it.
Yeah.
sweet dulcet tones.
All right, who are we going to see next?
Let's take a look at 2 contestants whose first names are the same as last names of former US presidents, Carter and Pierce.
Wow, look at this. This is fancy. Cello wrap. Cello wrap. How do they? Oh, cellophane. Okay, cellophane. Obviously balloons.
I feel like everybody's gonna do this, but
That was lame. Okay. And I don't know what this guy's about.
this is yeah. What am I supposed to do with this?
It doesn't make any sound. Who cares?
Definitely want to use the clapper.
That's all that's fun here. I'm more interested in what we got cooking here. So. Let's go with the tetanus discs. That's really bad. Okay.
I think I know what I'm gonna do with the balloon, but I wonder how many people are gonna pop the balloon. No, I popped it.
I think this one goes.
Please don't pop in my face again. Just give me anxiety.
I kind of like that, but I also want something bright, so I do kind of want to drop something.
Okay, so when I squeak it,
Okay.
I just want it to go just like that.
These good crashing sound. Oh.
This is it. This is it. Ready? I really don't want it to pop in my face.
All right, here we go. I think this is it.
Has anyone seen my phone? Oh, there it is.
Has anyone seen my phone? Oh, there it is.
All right, that was great. Okay, let's start with Carter. Carter, how long do you think a phone notification should be?
Obviously, as long as however that was.
How long do you think that was?
That's probably 10 seconds.
Very close, 11 seconds.
All right,
Okay.
11 seconds.
So
Exactly what I wanted.
ideal phone sound is 11 seconds. Okay. So what was your angle there? What was the goal?
I was thinking of I just wanted to make it something that you've never heard of before.
Well, what did the task say? It said interesting.
Most interesting.
I put my rocks in the balloon, and I put my safety at risk when it exploded in my face, if you guys saw that.
And every time I hear my phone go off, I'm going to know you almost got a balloon burst in your face.
I tried to get a little rhythmic with it. I didn't have a story to tell. Okay. I feel like that was a little much.
His
in my
rhythm was out
opinion,
of
a little
time.
try-hard,
It doesn't matter.
But
Okay. All right, Pierce, what was our goal here with this? What were you going for?
You know, you get notified, you want kind of like a crash, but then also I just kind of want to ease out of it.
Okay.
So that's why that pitter-patter kind of goes.
It's going to startle me.
Yeah.
And then it's going to let me know, yeah, that was just a notification.
It's like, hey man, got a notification.
So far, I feel like you have the most notification length sound. So if that's all we're judging on, which it's not, but, you know, farewell on that, okay?
Yeah.
Was it an interesting sound? Do you feel like you captured?
I don't know that there's anything that can quite capture a notification for you, Jason.
True.
But I tried. You saw I went through the environment.
Actually, I saw that. No one else went through the environment so far. Did the task say they had to use the items on the table?
Nope, it just said using at least 2 objects.
Okay, so, you know, fair play. You went around the garage. I feel like I'm going to keep our eyes on you to see how outside the box you think later on.
I felt that you're not a simple person. So a
Oh, we're
simple,
gonna have
it
this.
does, no. You know?
So he simply went
It needs-
overtime.
It needs the complexity that is you.
Okay.
11 seconds.
Carter's notification sound was longer than he expected it to be, because the whole dropping things off the table that filled out the last couple seconds of his notification was not intended.
Art is unexpected.
Okay.
Emergent, yeah.
All right, so we've seen 2 people paired up. That means Caddy got isolated, left alone by herself. Why is she left out?
Well, let's just say that Caddy had to film her task under slightly different circumstances than everyone else. Let's see how she uses that to think outside the box.
I could maybe do that. And dogs. Yeah? Are these singing dogs at all? Do you guys howl? Ow, ow! That's a really annoying sound. I think I'm gonna do that one. Has anyone? Hey. Has anyone seen my phone? Has anyone seen my phone? Has anyone seen my phone? Maybe it's not gonna work. Okay, let's do this one. Hey, dogs. Has anyone seen my phone? Oh, there it is!
Thank you, Caddy.
I'm not repenting.
Okay.
So that was Caddy.
Let me just say, there's this woman in my house wearing cat ears and a tail, taunting them with fun sounds. I don't know how else you'd expect them to react.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, he has 3 dogs. Now you know. They're quite well behaved normally, but for all the other contestants, they were outside in the backyard, and Jason was around to keep them in check while we were making weird noises in the garage. But for that one, he had to go. So we put them in the kennels. We didn't want to leave them outside, and you saw what happened next. One more thing, actually. The last words that Caddy spoke on camera are, "I'm not repenting." And the first words Caddy spoke off camera were, "I'm sorry," but she wasn't apologizing to me. She was apologizing to the dogs. So
Okay.
we gave them some treats. Everything was fine after that.
Okay. Well, first of all, I strongly discourage anyone from apologizing to Jeremy under any circumstances whatsoever. So thank you for making amends with the actual important ones in the house, the dogs. I'm sorry that they caused you trouble.
No, they were sweet.
Okay, good. Well, at the beginning of the show, I did say that my main goal was to be harsh but fair.
Yes.
And while you were allowed to use any sound in the house, it kind of seems unfair that Caddy didn't get to use all the cool squeaks and dings and bottle taps that everyone else did because of the dogs.
I will say, halfway through filming, once it was clear the dogs were not going to stop barking, I did cut the cameras and offer to put them outside myself, but she said no. So she wanted the dogs in her sound.
I thought it would be more personal.
Well, actually, honestly, if I'm going to hear a notification sound, I'm more likely to use one that's personal to me, like my dogs, who I love so much. So now it kind of seems unfair to the other contestants. You didn't have access to my dogs before.
What if you confused your text tone with your dogs? That's problematic.
I don't know if we're going to go with that one.
Good try.
I did write this down. At one point, you said, that's a really annoying sound. I think I'm going to do that. Is that, I mean, text message, annoying is kind of...
I mean, you're going to answer your phone if it's irritating.
True. So, rules were, has anyone seen my phone at the start of the notification?
Yes.
And, oh, there it is at the end of the notification.
Yes.
And she said, has anyone seen my phone? Probably a dozen times.
She said more than once. So if you're looking for your phone constantly, you might ask, has anyone seen my phone? Has anyone seen my phone? Has anyone seen my phone? But you're only going to say, oh, there it is, once you find it. So we went with the last time she said, has anyone seen my phone, to the first time she said, oh, there it is.
Okay. I mean, what was the time from the first time she said, has anyone seen my phone?
54 seconds. But again, we didn't go with the full 54 seconds. We just went with the last time.
Can I just ask,
Knocking on a 54-second.
what were the two objects that were used? Are we calling your dogs objects?
No, the
She also
balloon.
used a
Oh,
balloon.
she did use a balloon.
Oh, the balloon. One.
The balloon and the squeaky hot dog thing.
Okay.
Crossing the T's, dotting the
Squeaky
I's.
toy. Okay. All right.
So to make this a little bit easier, I've isolated the sounds and just, okay. So what we can do is we'll play a video, and it's just going to be the sounds by themselves. We'll go through one at a time, starting with Carter. All right, so that's Carter's.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah, I'm ready for the next one.
Here is Ode to Tweety.
Oh my God. I heard like 3 explosions.
That was actually amazing. You're that isolated.
If you recall, I called it an ode.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready for the next one.
Okay, up next is Jeff.
And that's it. Hey, it works. It worked.
Okay, I'm ready.
We're going to go with Pierce next. Short and sweet.
I really like that.
Okay, that's the
But is it interesting?
Okay. All right, and finally,
And finally, Caddy. The dogs.
okay. All right, I think I'm ready. So we're gonna go top to bottom, 5 points to 1.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start right up at the top. Pierce, perfect notification sound. I liked it.
Okay, so 5 points to Pierce. Okay.
All right. Next up, it's funny because my mom is an angel, and she's always said, you know, she's born to be a mom, and to her, the wailing, screaming cries of an infant is like a lullaby. She can go, it's like the most beautiful sound in the world. That's kind of how I feel about my dogs. It probably startled you guys, but to me, it's like, they're all healthy, they're all there, they're all in good shape, they're well fed. I liked it. I'm going to go ahead and give Caddy 4 points. All right, 4 points to Caddy. Next up, I'm going to do something a little different here.
All right.
I'm going to give 2 people 3 points. This is going to be a little controversial, and I wasn't expecting this until I heard them played back.
Oh, no.
The person who gets 1 point is going to be Jeff. Now, the reason why, I'll be honest, I liked it.
I'm not offended.
But the first 3 seconds of it, the slapping noise, It gave me the creeps, actually.
Did it? I'll have you know.
There's like a gumming sound.
Was that, wait, was I doing the slapper? Yeah, I was.
It was like spooning yogurt out of a jar.
I'll take full responsibility.
So that means we have Coyen and Carter, shockingly, get 3 points apiece.
And 1 to Jeff.
And 1 point to Jeff.
All right.
Okay, so I think I've been properly notified.
Yes.
Let's move on to the next task.
Of course. So this task is one with a lot of unprofessional prose. Hello, Carter.
Hello. All right. Let's see what we have here.
Hi, Kenny.
Hi, Jeremy. Here we go.
All right. Let's do this. This task's a haiku.
Write 3 haikus about you.
As fast as you can.
So the haiku task is a haiku unto itself.
It is.
I see.
What makes a haiku a haiku?
The number of syllables.
Write 3 haikus about you. So it's 5, 7, 5. Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm shooting for 575.
575, right?
If my memory from being a child serves me correctly here.
But I don't know where to start.
It's about me, so
Do you know yourself very well?
I do. I know myself pretty well. I'm just trying to decide if there's supposed to be a purpose to each haiku. I don't think. Man, I don't know if that's 2 syllables or not. Lapsed.
That is 1 syllable.
I think it is 1 syllable.
Unless you're Shakespearean. And then you can say lapsed.
Ugh, I wrote them out of order, but that's okay.
Are you
There we
finished?
go. Yeah, I'm finished.
There it is. My 3 haikus.
Great.
You are satisfied with your 3 haikus?
Haikus are a thing, right? They're
That's true. They are a
supposed
thing.
to like convey deep meaning. Mine are very bad, and I know this.
Well,
so-
would you like the second part of the test?
Oh yeah, let's go.
So you've finished 3 haikus?
Yes, I have.
All right.
Do I have to grade these?
It's a double task.
Guessing this task has 7 parts to it now. All right.
Wasn't expecting this.
Now I'll hand the haiku.
That most represents yourself.
To the assistant.
That most represents myself.
This might be the most. Or is it this?
Now when I'm famous, this might be worth something. Here you go.
This represents me, I believe, the most accurately.
Are you sure?
I'm never sure.
It's the worst one, but why don't you take it?
Haiku number 3?
Haiku number 3.
Okay.
I will go with haiku number 2.
Are you sure?
Yes.
And did you want to double check that it is indeed a haiku?
Let's do that. Oh my gosh.
So, terrific. First of all, Jeremy,
Yeah.
we know that I created all of these tasks.
Yes.
I had a show in mind that we wanted.
Yeah.
And you know how much I'm a fan of the arts, the performing arts, the written arts, the spoken arts.
You love poetry.
I do. Now, why did you rush them? Why was there a timer?
You know, we'd already done a couple tasks by that point. There was some more tasks to go. I didn't want them to spend all day writing the perfect haiku, even though the task that you assigned was to, to write a haiku that represented themselves. So I figured, shotgun approach. They write 3, one of them has to be good, right?
Sure. To write 3 haikus, you think it's going to take all day? I don't think you're giving them enough.
You saw what happened with Coin.
Coin didn't count.
Now,
Coin.
I want to...
I think we're jumping the gun on my judgment there.
No. I want to be very clear. 2 others, it was discovered that they hadn't written a haiku.
Oh.
He's the only one we caught on camera. So even though Coin looked a little silly there, he's actually on average right in the middle.
All right, well, I guess it's a good thing we timed it. And then Coin, you're absolved.
Thank
You're actually a median right down the middle, feeling good. All right, I apologize. I mean, you timed them. You may as well tell me how the times did. How were they?
Well, the two fastest were Coin and Jeff, and Jeff beat Coin by only 2 seconds.
All right, 2 seconds.
What I'm talking about.
Well done, Jeff. That wasn't part of the test, so you don't get any points. But good job on writing them quickly. All right. Carter,
Impressive.
you said, quote, I'm trying to decide if there's a purpose to these. No, to any of it. It's my entertainment and my entertainment only, so, you know, I hope you kept that in mind while you're doing this. So we'll just go ahead and nix that. All right, so writing the haikus wasn't the actual task.
Yes, so that you had to write a haiku that represented yourself.
Okay. We got to figure out how to best allocate points based on who best represented themselves
Yes.
in a haiku.
Well, I have the 5 haikus, and I figured I could read them for you.
Okay.
And you could
I think
figure
that'd
out
be fair.
who they
I think
belong
if we
to.
have you read all the haikus, all right, and then I'll try to guess
Okay.
who wrote each haiku. Okay.
All right. So I have 5 haiku here. What I'm going to do is ask you for a number 1 to 5.
4.
4. All right. So haiku number 4, I've entitled Sizes. Contestants, I ask that you keep your best poker faces, or in this case, poetry faces, so that he can't tell if he has actually assigned them correctly. So this is Sizes. I'm a size 10 shoe. I'm a medium t-shirt. Clothes shopping is fun. Who do you believe that belongs to?
I'm going to say Carter.
Please hold on to that. Now I have 4 haiku left.
4.
Number 4. Existential crisis. I am on this show. This is not my house or his. Are we not squatters?
Okay, I got it. That's Jeff.
Jeff, here's your existential crisis. Please hold on to that carefully. 1, 2, or 3?
1, please.
1. This one is called Financial Woes. If I had a dime, every time I wrote these, I would still be broke. Who do you think that belongs to?
I'm going to give that one to Pierce.
All right. 2 left, 1 or 2?
2, please.
This one is called Kitchens and Controllers. Playing games is fun, but cooking can be fun too. These are things for me.
That one sounds like a Coin haiku.
All right. And so I have 1 haiku left. There's 1 person you haven't assigned a haiku to. It's called electronic music.
Yep.
I'm such a nerd. I think MIDI files are cool. I still use Anvil. Does that sound like a catty haiku to you?
No, actually. Can I switch them?
You can switch them. Who would you like to switch with?
All right. I'm going to give Existential Crisis to Caddy.
Okay.
And electronic music to Pierce, and Financial Woes to Jeff.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you on the count of 3, if you are holding your haiku, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Oh no!
You've heard all the haiku.
Oh no!
I'm not sure if anyone best represented themselves.
No, oh no! I have no info to go on these.
Okay, do you need me to read them again, or do you think that you can just shuffle them around?
All right, let's start shuffling. I'm going to give Sizes to Coin,
Thank you.
and I'm going to give Kitchens and Controllers to I'm going to give Existential Crisis to Pierce and electronic music to Jeff.
Leaves
All right.
financial
So
woes
now
for
I need
Caddy.
electronic music to Carter, Kitchens and Controllers to Jeff, financial woes to Caddy. Everyone's good.
Okay, so this is round 2. Anyone holding your haiku, please raise your hand.
Hey, all right.
All right.
Hey, okay.
That narrows things down a little bit. So
Round 3.
So there's 4 left. You can go ahead and put that down.
I'm going to go ahead and give Sizes to Caddy, and I'm going to ask Carter and Jeff to swap. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, all right. And that means we've got Caddy is electronic music and sizes is Jeff.
That is true.
I don't have a
Okay.
size 10 shoe.
Oh, yeah. Now, in my defense, I had size 10 shoe. I'm in this show. Games are fun. You guys didn't really give me a lot to go off of.
I'd like to point out that after your first 4 assignments, the only one left was electronic music, and Caddy also didn't have a card, and you went out of your way.
I think full blame should be with the assistant. I was rushed.
They were rushed. How are they supposed to make appropriate tasks about themselves if they're rushed? None of this is my fault. No one represented themselves perfectly. No one gets 5 points.
Okay.
Pierce does get 4 points. And that leaves 3 points for both Coyne and Carter. And 2 points for both Jeff and Caddy.
I really do still use Anvil.
I believe you.
All right, so the points have been assigned. I'm going to go ahead and sit back down. Okay, so you've heard all the haikus. You've assigned the points. Are we ready to move on from poetry?
You know, I'm not happy about that.
I mean, you didn't guess anyone right on
No.
the first one.
Obviously, I'm happy with my performance. I did fine. I just feel like I was robbed of an appropriate poetry venue. I heard something that really resonated with me. Hold on. I want to make sure I get this. I want to make sure. Okay. I think the quote is, haikus are a thing, right? And I typically agree. Haikus are a thing. Except when you read it, there's no soul to it. I just feel like, I don't feel like I got to.
Let me handle this. I'm terrible at reading poetry, but I'm not terrible at anticipating your needs. So there was actually kind of a third part to this task I'd like to take a look at.
It's the worst one, but why don't you take it? All right.
Thank you. No,
That's it?
have a seat, please.
Oh, there's more? My word.
Aha. Part 3.
It's like Christmas. Another haiku.
You are now finished.
You are now finished.
You are now finished.
You are now finished.
Lastly, choose one more. Film a dramatic reading. Wait.
I hope you have found this time
Highly refreshing.
highly refreshing.
Highly refreshing.
Highly refreshing. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wait. Lastly, choose one more. Film a dramatic reading. You have 12 minutes. Oh. Film a dramatic reading?
So yes, everyone was told they were done with the task, except for one person. Now, you've told me that Carter is, of your friends, the most dramatic. So, without further ado, here is Carter's dramatic haiku.
Wait, what?
I used to scuba, but now my license has lapsed. I keep myself dry.
Wow.
Wait, nobody else had to do that?
Carter, you moved me.
Nobody else had to do that?
I don't think
only one?
I don't remember
That was a treat.
if I did or not.
Yeah. You know what? I feel a lot better about this.
Yeah.
I think you deserve a point. Jeremy, give Carter one of your points.
You don't let me have any points, not since the incident.
That's right. I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same. Carter, you get an extra point. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Thank you very much.
Hey.
Okay.
Excellent.
Now I'm ready to move on.
All right, well, this might not come as a surprise, but it is time for another task. And to differentiate this one from a popular sport, I call it basketball.
All right, what's next?
Hi, Caddy.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hello, Jeff.
Greetings.
Hello, Coin.
Hello.
All right. I'm here for my next task. Okay. It's at my feet. Don't know why you have to rob a man of his dignity. Just hand him a task.
Get all the red and yellow balls into their opposite laundry basket, and get all the blue and purple balls into their opposite laundry basket. If any ball falls onto the ground,
If any balls fall to the ground,
it must be returned to the basket where it started.
the basket where it started, before you place it into the correct basket. Okay.
Each time you cross the center line with your feet, 30 seconds will be added to your total time. You may not cut or untie the ropes.
You may not cut or untie the ropes.
Your time starts when the whistle blows. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Okay. Seems pretty straightforward. Move the balls from one basket to the other.
Yep.
Cross the line as few times as possible.
Yep.
Don't let the balls hit the ground.
Yep. Not that many rules.
All right.
I think we'll start with Koyan.
Get all the red and yellow balls into their opposite laundry basket. So that into there, blue into here. Got it. So I can reach. If I'm correct in thinking here, this would be the ground. And then this would not be ground. This probably would have been a lot more efficient if I grabbed a bigger vessel. This is the scary part. I'm gonna call that good. All right, there goes 30 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and say that slow and steady wins the race on this one, boys. All right. I really feel like it's a pretty solid strategy. This is where the slow and steady comes in. So we're making progress. Oh, I'm feeling good about this. Ooh. Get you out of there. All right, I'm gonna take 30 extra seconds here. Jason, why don't any of these open, buddy? I'm looking for a large container. And then what I'm gonna do is put all these little balls in here. Typical Sunday afternoon activity.
You do this often?
See how quickly things can change? Ah! That one touched, that one touched, that one didn't. Okay, so these ones are safe. I'm gonna take these that I know have to go back. 30 more seconds. And I have just enough time to still beat Carter. I feel like this should be an arcade game. Can I run slowly around the pool to not cross that?
You sure can.
Oh my gosh. Stupid questions, gotta ask them faster. And that's probably time.
Thank you very much, Koyan.
Oh, you're very welcome. Very fun. Stupid rope.
So Taskmaster, I know usually you compile quotes, but I was there and I had to edit this down. So there's a couple things that kind of got edited out. Koyan said multiple times that slow and steady would win the race. And he also made multiple references to beating Carter. Specifically Carter, nobody else.
Okay, Carter, were you aware that this was a rivalry?
Oh yeah, I was aware.
Oh, okay. I mean, so your goal was beat Koyan and that's it?
Well, he was informed after the fact.
Oh, okay. Okay, you were aware after the fact. Yeah. Okay. All right, Koyan, I just want to make sure you're aware. The hare famously fell asleep, giving the tortoise the free win. Do you expect Carter to also just give up the race in a similar fashion?
I think Carter has a lot more quit in him than we give him credit for.
Wow.
Oh!
Don't say that. Because now we're going to watch some footage in a minute.
So Jeremy, what was Mr. Tortoise's time?
Well, when Koyan said slow and steady, he really meant it. If you go by the clock, Koyan took exactly enough time to listen to Let It Go from Frozen 3 times, back to back, to back. So that's 11 minutes and 12 seconds. Now, he crossed 3 times. That brought his total to 12 minutes and 42 seconds.
Okay. Total of 1242. We'll call that slow and steady.
Yes.
We'll see if that wins the race. Who's next?
Well, because Coyan brought up Carter, I figured we could just show Carter now. And for reasons that'll become very apparent very quickly, I've actually grouped him together with Jeff.
Oh, these are tied down?
So that's as close as we can get.
You limited it.
Hang on. I'm gonna just take all these out right now. See that? Now I have an empty basket. Balls are right towards the line. 30 seconds. Same thing here.
I decide if I should try to throw them or if I should try to, you know what, screw it. That's the call.
I'm gonna go for a 5-ball toss. Dang it!
I gotta cross it one more time.
Okay.
So now I have to return all the balls that I missed. Here we go, 30 seconds.
I can't remember if I was allowed to reach over it.
Would you like me to hand you the task again? So why are you returning those balls to the basket?
Isn't that what the task said?
All right, hand me the task real quick. I can't remember if I'm allowed to reach or not.
Both Carter and Jeff immediately broke one of the 3 rules of the task. I still had some hope. I was standing there. Both of them had the task in their hand. Now the question is, would they figure out what they had done? Would they fix their mistake? Would Coyan's slow and steady time be fast enough to beat Carter?
What a cliffhanger. Well, are we going to... I mean, hey, Coyan. How you feeling?
What am I thinking?
Hey, you feeling pretty
Mother
good?
Goose taught me a lot of things, and slow and steady wins the race.
Okay. All right, well, how much longer are we going to have to wait to see if how this resolves?
As I see it, there are 2 options for you. Option A, just show you the second half of that video immediately. Option B, we can leave Coyan in suspense for a little bit and just move on to Caddy and Pierce for a bit.
Ooh, let's do that one.
Do I have to ask questions? Do I need to clear questions with you?
Do you have a rules question?
I have a rules question, yeah.
What is the rules question?
Can I just move the rope? That you may not cut or untie the ropes.
Oh, how in the heck? All right.
Thinking I can move the rope. I'm not untying. I'm not crossing it with my feet.
So this isn't touching the ground, right?
That looks pretty good for the rules.
I'm not that acrobatic, so I'm gonna go around this way. So I don't have to cross the yellow line with my feet.
Said nothing about moving the basket. Oh, there are ropes. Bummer. I really wanted this to be easier. Okay. Just gonna have to start doing this then, I guess.
Oh, hold on. I found a bucket. Here's a recycling bin with some spiders. You guys can come too.
I didn't want to have to drop.
Just gotta put this one back in.
Let's double check the rules one more time. Many balls must be returned to the basket where it started. Oh gosh. Okay, so that was this one here. So I gotta return that and then I gotta bring it back.
I hope this one actually holds them. It's got like a big old crack down the middle.
How many balls are left?
No. Okay, no! Don't go in, don't go in, don't go in, don't go in!
How many are left in here? I think that's all the balls.
Not crossing the line, not crossing the line.
Show me the balls.
I lost in here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Wait, did I just... No. I did something wrong, didn't I?
Are you satisfied that you finished the task?
I think I am. I
right.
feel like something's missing. Besides my ear. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, so we had some thinking outside the box, some unorthodox strategies. I liked it. Pierce, brilliant.
Thank you.
You never said you couldn't move the rope. You moved the rope, and then you just picked up the balls and ran back and forth for what felt like over 12 minutes. When
Yeah.
you had, I mean, I don't know how long it was, but it was a brilliant strategy, and you just decided that's smart enough. I'm going to stop there. Is that, I mean...
I didn't even think to look beyond that.
Okay. I mean, you cracked the code, I guess. That was the one code that could be cracked as the rope.
Didn't want to crack the spider code.
Okay. Actually, Caddy, this is the second time you've recruited help from animals. Were the spiders helpful in this task?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
They were kind of like mascots.
Okay. All right. So there was some ball shenanigan things going on there. We'll address that later.
Okay.
Let's first just talk times. How'd they do?
So Pierce, 7 minutes and 2 seconds, which is exactly enough time to listen to Britney Spears' "Baby One More Time" and "Oops, I Did It Again" back to back. Or if you love that, you might be curious. You could also just listen to "Baby One More Time" twice back to back, or "Oops, I Did It Again" twice back to back. What I'm trying to say is those two songs are exactly the same.
Is this going to be a thing? Are you going to do this every time?
If you spent as much time as I did on Spotify sorting the world's most popular songs by duration, you'd be drawing the spit out for as long as you possibly could as well.
All right. So Britney Spears back to back to back is Pierce. Terrific. What about Caddy?
Caddy took 6 minutes and 19 seconds, which is faster.
Oh.
However, I'm not going to go with the song thing. I'm going to say that's the duration that Lance Armstrong beat his nearest competitor by in 2004, which is unfortunately relevant because, like Mr. Armstrong, Caddy broke the rules a little bit.
Okay, so let's talk about the rules. So the rules said...
Okay, Caddy threw a ball after it fell in the pool, and it kind of landed on the ground, and then later she just picked it up and tossed it. She realized something was wrong. It's clear on, did I do something wrong? But she didn't quite figure out what it was, so we just sort of ended the task.
Okay. So a ball fell on the ground.
Yep.
And she didn't return it.
Yep.
But it was only one ball.
It was only one ball, but it didn't get returned.
Unfortunately, mostly completing the task isn't completing the task, so...
Okay, is Caddy...
I think Caddy has to get 0 points for that task, unfortunately. Our fastest time.
I'm sorry, Caddy.
Spiders were nice.
Oh, what about Pierce? We also had some...
Yeah, so Pierce, he returned a ball to the wrong basket, but then he checked the rules. And what he did was he took a ball out of the basket and put it back where it started. Now, during editing, I realized that the ball he took out could not possibly have been the same ball that fell on the ground because it was a different color. However, he did try to make up for the mistake. I'll say that. In his defense, for every ball that fell on the ground, a ball was returned to the original basket.
You said you discovered this in editing.
I didn't. At the time, I was like, oh, yes, he checked the rules, unlike some other people. So
because
It was hot, okay?
Because you were able to see different angles.
that's the
you
only
could
time I
tell.
figured it out, is at the end.
I mean, it's hardly fair to expect that level from a human being. He can't exactly rewind time and see.
Yeah.
Pierce, you are human, right?
Last I checked.
But you didn't exactly... I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do about this one. I need to think on this. Can we move on past that?
Yes, so by moving on, we'll be moving backwards.
Yeah.
We're going to finish the video that we started earlier.
All the way to the caboose.
You know, we could just not watch it. Also an option.
I think we should.
This was supposed to be a moment where I make a big stink about whether or not Carter did it correctly, but it seems like he's making it pretty clear what happened next. So let's take a look.
If any ball falls onto the ground, it must be returned to the basket where it started.
You sent me across the center line with your feet.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I can reach over.
I have officially screwed this one.
So I crossed 3 times.
So now I gotta return all these. Gosh dang.
Would you like me to stop the clock?
Stop it.
Hopefully the Taskmaster will appreciate my efforts at least.
Thank you, Carter.
Thanks.
Woo! I get the feeling he's going to enjoy watching.
Yes, yes. If I know anything about him, he likes to watch me struggle in pain. Two at a time. Oh, God. Okay. "30 seconds. All right,
So we're back where we started.
back where we started. I just have to go back and forth until they're fully sorted. 2 ball.
All perseverance, everybody. Hope you have some.
Okay, we're done. Okay, 30 seconds, get these ones back. Toss. I'd be interested to see how the other contestants did this. Gonna do a 30-second cross. Oh! Why? Oh. Wait. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh! Oh! Okay. Last ball.
I've stopped the clock. Thank you very much, Chef.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. You seem pretty pleased with yourself at the time, Carter.
You know what? I finished.
Okay.
Did you?
You ever seen cars where they got to push them towards the finish line?
Yeah.
At least I made it, you know?
Okay. Carter, you're disqualified. You get 0 points. Good effort.
That's fair.
All right, let's talk about Jeff. Jeff, Carter looked like he was having a good time. You looked miserable.
Indeed.
You looked like you needed to take a rest. You looked like that took all day.
Well, I was the only one who completed the task as the spirit of the task was intact with me.
So you think that the other contestants who used devices to move the balls?
Or move the line? What?
Move the line? Come
I
on.
want to win the race.
Oh, yeah.
Move the finish line?
My kind of thinking gets us to the moon, boys.
All right, let's talk times. There was a moment where Jeff found out what he did wrong.
Yeah.
And he had to undo all of his work.
Yeah, so I said we're back where we started.
All right, so
Now,
how long had lapsed?
to get back where we started. So all the balls were back in their original baskets, like we hadn't even started the task. It took 6.5 minutes and 5 crosses.
Almost as much time as Pierce's entire task. All right, and how long to complete the whole task?
Okay, well, before you take into account crossing the line, it took enough times to listen to Strawberry Fields Forever 4 times, which is 16 minutes and 28 seconds. And it did feel like we were standing in that field forever. So
Yeah.
in addition to that, he crossed a total of 11 times. So his overall final score was 21 minutes and 58 seconds.
So if we remove the 6.5 minutes,
Yeah, if we had just started the task when he started the task a second time, he'd still be slower than everybody else.
all right, I guess there's a little redemption there that, all right, so.
How did you want to assign points? Because you said you'd come back to Pierce after.
This is weird because we have 2 people disqualified, 0 points.
Yeah, I say string them up.
All right,
Sorry.
Caddy unfortunately got disqualified because of 1 ball. Carter got disqualified because every single ball in the entire task hit the ground and was never moved.
Got to go big.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Pierce, he moved the ball back.
Well, in my defense, they're all jealous of all the points I have right now. So obviously they're going to say, take them to the guillotine.
As an accountant, each ball was accounted for.
Okay.
I think Jeff is dedicated, and I agree with the spirit of the game. Also, what was my time? Even though I disqualified, what was my time?
I actually didn't think it was important to write down your time, but I think
You failed.
I believe it was something like 3 minutes, approximately.
Something like 3 minutes. Pretty good.
I could just not do that task in 0 minutes if you'd like. If you,
That's true. You could just say you're done. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I figured it out. I've solved the problem. Pierce, you didn't do it exactly.
Yeah.
You did it to the best of your human ability. And at the time, no one else even knew
Yep.
that you had done it improperly because you took the ball that you thought it was and returned it. But it was the wrong ball. So here's what I'm going to do. You get 2 points. You would have gotten first had you returned it, but you didn't return it. But you did a good effort. I'm giving you 2 points.
So 2 to Pierce.
Tough but fair.
That actually means that, shockingly, slow and steady, at 12 minutes, Koyan gets 5 points.
Wow.
All right. And what's even more amazing is at 23 minutes, Jeff gets 4 points for the task.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've reached our halfway point. Is there any way we could get the scores up on the screen?
Whoa, I'm way down there. Okay.
So at the bottom, there's nearly a three-way tie with Jeff, Caddy, and Carter. But at the top, it's Coyan and Pierce pulling ahead, only 1 point apart.
Okay. Well, we don't have any sponsors.
Yeah.
But I need a break from sitting next to Jeremy. And I feel like our contestants need a break. And more importantly, I think Jeremy needs to sit in the corner for a little while. So we'll see you all in part 2.
For more Taskmaster, subscribe. No, wait, sorry. Bad habits. For part 2 of J&J's Taskmaster, click this link.